sweet Christmas. We're talking season 2 of Luke Cage, Cooking on High, Hannah Gadsby special, Netflix news, and the top 5 releases coming out this week. So make sure you guys keep on watching right here.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. Don't you just feel cool listening to the theme song of Luke Cage?
Luke Cage. I would have never known unless you'd told me.
That's why I told you.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy's always looking out.
I'm always looking out. Yeah, you guys are listening to the theme song of Luke Cage. Obviously, as I mentioned, season 2 has just come out, so some of us have seen a few episodes.
Some of us have seen a lot of episodes.
Oh, a lot. Oh, we'll certainly get into that soon. But thank you guys so much for watching Netflix Picks and listening to us as well. We know you're listening as well. Hello, podcast listeners. I feel like I have to turn on my podcast voice whenever I reference the podcast.
It's really nice and close to the
Hello.
microphone.
Hello.
Hi, iTunes. Hey.
Hey, thank you so much. But yes, we are Netflix Picks. We'll be talking about our favorite shows that maybe you should steer away from, and everything else in between. So I'm one of your hosts, Amy Cassandra Martinez, and I'm joined by 2 lovely people right here to my left. We've got Steve Kaufmann.
I am here, and I watched 8 episodes of Luke Cage.
8.
8.
Oh my gosh.
I work from home, y'all.
Show
Work from
off.
home.
And
Graphic
then
artist.
of course we have Ashley Chaney.
Hello, my friends. Good to see you this week. How's everybody doing?
So we are missing a fellow over here that usually sits in this spot. It's Rick Hong.
That's why things were feeling so good.
Whoa!
Oh, Hong. We had to do it.
That was good.
We had to do it.
Is someone going to do the jump cut that's just like the zings between the two of you?
Bazinga.
That's so good.
We can keep out the zinga, but yes.
It's out of love. We love you, Hong.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about, and we're going to do it in a record amount of time.
Do it.
So we have to talk really quickly. Okay, so first we're going to get into the Netflix originals. Now, this either could be film or television. So we're going to start with me. We're just going to start with me.
Amy.
Okay, so there is something, guys. I think this special, it's Hannah Gadsby, Nanette. Nanette is the name of the special.
Okay.
It is not a comedy special. It's just a special. It is so fan-freaking-tastic. I was going to just not even watch it, but this trailer, and specifically what I'm going to show you guys, is the part that really just intrigued me. So we're going to go ahead and play just like 20 seconds from it, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Let's see it.
I do think I have to quit comedy, though. And it's probably not the forum to make such an announcement, is it? I've built a career out of self-deprecating.
Here we go.
And I simply will not do that anymore. Not to myself or anybody who identifies with me.
Okay, like that line alone, I was like, oh my God, she's amazing.
So this is a comedian. Did you know her as a comedian prior to this?
I did not, but
Yeah, I
and
haven't
what
either.
she says is like, it's not a comedy special, it's just a special. So, because she talks about whether or not she wants to continue comedy, because she's always grown up talking about herself in a self-deprecating way, which I think a lot of comedians do as well. So it's like, oh look, like don't take me seriously. Oh look, I'm stupid, and then they make fun of themselves in a way.
Yeah,
so
it's a part of a lot of people's backbone of their comedy shtick.
exactly.
And I think some of my favorite people don't do stand-up specials. They do one-person shows.
Okay.
That I think it looks like it's a take up on that. That it's like you're going to spend more than an hour with me on stage. I've prepared something for you. Hopefully it'll run the gamut of emotions, not just laughter.
Well, I mean, heck yeah. Because for her, there are moments where you literally just start tearing up because it's so freaking powerful.
Is it also like comedy? Do you laugh?
Oh yeah, no, it's comedy at the beginning sandwiched with like serious things that she's been through, and then a little bit of comedy at the end, and then you leave thinking like, holy crap, my life is so much better for just having watched this.
Wow.
So highly recommend it. I posted about it right away. Definitely, like, I don't know what else to tell you except you have to watch it. Your life will change.
Well, can you tell me how long it is? That's something I'm interested in.
It's an hour 15, hour 20.
Okay. So
Totally
less than a
doable.
feature. Okay.
But we have another original that we do want to talk about, Cooking on High.
Oh, y'all. Let me tell you what I got into this weekend. I don't know why I'm doing this voice.
Because it's Cooking on High.
Cooking on High.
Just own it.
It was Cooking on High is definitely one of my new favorites. As you guys know, I'm a major foodie, and if you're not a foodie, this show is ridiculous and awesome to watch anyway. Here's what I love about it. It's a cooking competition show, which, like, okay,
All right.
we've seen a lot of cooking competition shows. And so, like, I'm like, maybe at my max on shows that I need to see cooking competition. But it's obviously, as the title indicates, it is a marijuana-based cooking show. So all the contestants, who by the way are professional chefs, are cooking with cannabis, and they are cooking for two different people, if you will. It's usually like two groups of, to this point, the episodes that I've watched, and I'm only 3 in, have been like maybe comedians or music acts that we don't really know about. So they're not like big names, but I think it's really approachable. And here's the best part. Each episode is only 15 minutes or less. So
Okay.
it's like, it's like the best because you can binge it and it's really funny and it's like quick and it actually almost feels, like it was made for the internet because the host of the show's name is Josh Leva. He and he's great, does a great job. Good work, Josh. If you ever want to come in the studio, we're here in LA.
Hi.
He came from YouTube, y'all. He's a YouTuber right here on our very platform. He came from YouTube.
Oh my God.
And the show is so quick and moves along really fast, and it's funny. There's some funny stuff, and it's really like they make these gourmet dishes out of cannabis, which they do disclaim is for medical purposes only.
Which I like. So it's cooking on high, meaning obviously like marijuana, but also
Yes.
like speed.
It's really quick, and there's some fun elements of the show that I thought were like kitschy, but really kind of made it unique. What they're cooking to win is a golden pot.
Of course.
A golden pot. Where are the sound effects on the like? That's the cheesiest.
Or
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you,
That's
Steve in the
much better.
booth. So they're cooking to win like a golden pot. And what's really fun is throughout the show, there's like interesting tidbits of like pot knowledge. So if you don't know, if you're not a big smoker, which I'm not a smoker, like I like CBD for pain or whatever, but they have like little pot tips. Like for example, if you've ever, not saying that y'all have, but if you've ever overdone it on weed, they give you some tips on how to like bring yourself back down.
oh my god.
There's just fun like little tidbits. It's a great show, easy to watch, 15 minutes or less. It's definitely worth a watch or two. And there's only 1 season right now, so. worth a
Hopefully
watch.
more coming soon.
Yeah.
But we are on the 2nd season of Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
8
boy.
episodes in. That's
Boy,
insane.
Luke Cage. Luke Cage is so good. The music is so good. The acting is so good. The directing, the writing. It's everything I've wanted from a Marvel 2nd season. Because Daredevil was okay, but like half of Daredevil was the 1st season of Punisher and like kind of a prequel to the Defenders because all those season 1s were kind of prequels to the Defenders. This...
Yeah.
And I'm not through it yet, so I don't want to speak too boldly. I'm 8 of the 13 episodes through, but I think this might be the best 2nd season Marvel Netflix TV show I've seen.
Is there someone called Bushmaster in
Yes,
Luke Cage?
Bushmaster.
Someone in the chat's blown up about Bushmaster, and I gotta know because I don't watch Luke Cage. Who's
Bushmaster is the main villain in the 2nd season.
With a name like Bushmaster, does anybody take him seriously?
He is very...
I know it's an interesting name,
unfortunate.
but he looks terrifying.
He is
Like,
very-
He can.
Well, and he's very terrifying because Luke Cage it's pretty established in season 1 that it's like I like to call them like X-Men powers or Wolverine powers, where like in the universe science can explain them. Of like I was just some guy and then they experimented on me and now I'm bulletproof.
I see.
Whereas Bushmaster's powers seem to be based on more magic.
Magic.
Whereas like magic is kind of just magic is pretty much
Scary.
magic is just science that hasn't been explained to you yet. So I'm sure that they might explain it to you at the end of the 13 episodes.
Wonderful. Magic is science that hasn't been explained yet.
Yeah.
That's interesting, but I also like magic, like David Copperfield magic, and I
Yes.
don't want that ever explained to me.
No.
So, I mean,
Keep it a mystery.
David Copperfield is not in this at all. I'm just saying magic.
Do you watch Luke Cage, Amy?
Heck yeah. Yeah, I just finished the 3rd episode. So, are you going to just binge the rest of them?
I'll finish it probably by tomorrow, yes.
Okay, wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. I mean,
Wow.
it just came out Friday.
Okay.
So, you guys don't worry because we're not going to spoil anything for you. We're
Guys,
just-
I didn't get to it till Friday at noon. Like, come on.
That's forever.
Dude, some of us have jobs, guys.
I know. I just started watching it like Saturday. But you know what you can always watch is us. And you can listen to us as well. But Ashley has a little something to share with you guys.
I do. Hey, all of you AfterBuzzers that are viewing us tonight through YouTube. Here at this network, we produce after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. For dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, all of it, you name it. We do after shows for it. There is no network that works harder to serve our television fans. So now we really need your help. And we're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. So besides helping us a ton, which it definitely does, here's what's in it for you. It caters specific content that you already like directly to you. So this is stuff you're already liking, and it comes right into your little YouTube inbox. It brings you your favorite after shows, so you don't have to seek them out. They come to you. And it suggests content from other channels or podcasts that might also interest you. So it's a win-win. You like it, we like it, it's all good. Subscribing to our YouTube channels will also help you discover new shows that we're sure you're going to love. So since you're already tuned into Netflix Picks, you guys, the best show, obviously, you might also be interested in some of the other shows that we produce here on the YouTube channel. Like we do some mini spotlight ons. We do, what else do we do on this channel? We do
full-length spotlight ons.
Full spotlight ons. I think Amy Cassandra has done a couple of those.
I've done a couple of those. I do regularly do the mini spotlight ones, which are short and sweet.
Short
so you
and
learn
sweet. Just
a lot
like
about people.
Amy. We've also got Meet the Hollywood Press, and we've got there's some cool like how to be a host stuff on there too for anybody that maybe wants to do what we do up here. You can check it out there on the main AfterBuzz channel.
Also, not to mention, most shows on Netflix that were network shows, but they're more than a year old, like, I don't know, Arrow? I guested on the Arrow after show many a time, which now that after show exists on a separate channel, but before that it exists on this channel.
Okay,
In fact, you can watch a couple videos featuring me that have hundreds of thousands of views.
Okay,
Kaufmann.
shameless plug for
Shameless
you.
plug.
Isn't it though? Let's get a couple 100,000 more.
Anyway, guys, don't worry about those pesky notifications. They're optional. You don't have to get them. So it is worth your time to subscribe to at least one of our channels, especially this one that you're watching us on right here, right now. It's easy. Hit that subscribe button and make sure you leave us a comment and let us know what you're liking, what we're doing, and what you want to see more of. But make sure you hit that subscribe button before you do it.
And right now, you can go ahead and comment and join us in our chat because Steve's on that.
Got the live chat up?
Steve is on the live chat right now. Xavier Clark, I believe, says the binge is real. And I believe
true.
Xavier Clark is 5 episodes in. Ivan Soto claims Thursday from 3 Eastern to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Ivan Soto did a real binge of Luke Cage.
Ooh, nice.
There's a lot of talk of Marshala Ali, Oscar winner Marshala Ali.
It's hard. It's
He's
tough, guys.
insanely tautalented, but his name is very hard to say.
He's insanely talented. He was in season 1. He's not in season 2. People are talking about how that's because he's a film actor. I don't know if that's necessarily the same.
Will Smith, man. Will Smith is all over Netflix. You don't get the plugging. I mean,
know.
Zayas B. Lou came at us with the Bushmaster speak.
Thanks, Zayas.
Juggernaut does bring up a good point. Luke Cage had some horribly corny dialogue, but otherwise a very good show.
What? It's
Where
amazing.
are the foodies at? Are there any foodies in the chat?
I've not seen any foodies. There's a lot
Where's
of Luke
Drew
Cage.
Star? He's my foodie.
I'm sorry, it's the internet.
Well,
Can't talk about Luke Cage.
We, of course, could talk about Luke Cage for years, but we're going to move on to non-Netflix releases. This includes like films and television. Now, here is one that I actually had never seen before. You've heard about it. It's Party of 5. Isn't that crazy? Party of 5.
You've not heard about Party 5?
I mean, I've heard about it, but I've
Okay.
never seen it.
The drama and the 90s clothes are real.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it's interesting because having, obviously been so far away from the 90s now, we're basically in 2020. It's crazy to see just how different everyone looks. I mean, you've got Scott Wolf, Neve Campbell, what's her name? Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls. They do such a great job, and it's actually really cute. It's kind of interesting. I literally started watching it without knowing what it was about. Just thought like Party of 5, there's 5 of them, got it. But there's a restaurant involved and some serious financial situations. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you've never seen it, definitely watch it if you want to watch something that's been off the air for quite some time.
But it's fun. I do that with like Friends. I've gone back and done the whole Friends thing. I mean, I think that's a really good pick for like if you're looking for mindless TV that's maybe a little comfortable.
I like that.
It's easy. You don't have to pay a ton of attention to it, but
Exactly. And
it's
they're
good to know.
They're really sweet too.
I would say that about Gilmore Girls, but I'm weird.
Oh, well, Gilmore Girls. I did the whole thing. Yeah.
Obviously.
But I'm weird in the sense that people see shows like that or Sorkin shows like The West Wing, and they're like, Steve, how is that a comfort show to you? Like they're talking so fast, like you have to pay so much attention. Like, do you though?
And it's so dramatic. It's so like, bah.
Like the
You have to look at the screen.
Like, bah.
But like
That's
the
my drama
cadence
voice.
like the cadence of the words are all kind of there. That like you can like kind of drift away and not really miss anything.
Well, you're
maybe I'm
smarter
weird.
than us, Steve.
That's
I can't
not-
follow political
That's
dialogue.
not intelligence, believe me.
But I mean, yeah, there's no politics in Party of 5, which I appreciate. I'm like, okay, this is fun. So definitely give that a try. Ashley, you have a couple lovely shares.
Yeah, well, yeah. So this is another comfort show for me, as you guys know. I did the big old binge on Shameless, which on Netflix only because Netflix is my main TV provider. So season 8 wasn't available, so I only watched up through 1 through 7. And now here is the deal, and I could use your guys' help because I went deep into Shameless Town for 1 through 7. I binged it hard. I was like in it, and it was like affecting me because it's kind of really heavy material. It's a dramedy. It's a really dark comedy.
Yeah.
So like some of these things, I'm like, oh God, there's terrible people in the world, but I can't stop watching. So it like brings me down a little bit. So I'm now on the fence of like, I know season 8 is there and it's ready for me, but do I want to crawl back into that Shameless hole? And I think the answer is of course yes. But if any of you guys are watching Shameless and are on the journey with me on season 8, like get at me on social and let's do this together because I know I'm going in and I don't want to do it alone.
It's only 1 season though. You've already gone this far. And
It'll
you're
be
okay.
quicker. I'm okay, yeah, but I just have really complex feelings for the actors now.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. So Shameless season 8 now available on Netflix if you haven't already seen it on Showtime.
And then there was another one that I just want you to talk about it because
I did a boo-boo.
Yes, that's why.
did
It's
a
okay.
boo-boo.
We all experience these things. Please share your
This
story.
is something that Steve Kaufmann and Rick Hong actually covered and reviewed as a pass. They said not worth our time. Had I been paying attention to what Rick and Steve have to say, I love you, Steve.
That's mainly Rick, I know.
I mean, he's not here. It's okay, guys.
Then I would have known better than to watch Cargo, and specifically I would have known better to watch it because it is a flipping horror movie.
Guys, it happened. You watched a horror movie.
I did an accidental horror movie, and I'm watching it going, wow. Yeah, thank you. By myself, no less. I was at home alone on a Friday night. Yeah, don't worry about why I was home alone on a Friday night, but I was, and I turned it on because it was Martin Freeman, and I'm like, I love him.
Yes.
He's so great. I'll watch him do anything, and I thought it was a rom-com with his daughter. There's a picture of him holding his daughter, and I'm like, this is going to be so sweet. It's not a rom-com, guys. It's not a rom-com. It is a zombie horror movie.
This is fantastic.
And I made it up until the last 20 minutes of the film,
Girl.
waiting for something to happen. So the truth is, it's not a great film either way.
I-
but it's also a disgusting zombie horror movie.
You could scroll
I
up
got
on
tricked into it.
You could scroll up on the text thread we had when we introduced that the week we did, and I looked into it and went like, oh man, that's actually based on this really cool short that's on YouTube. Here's the link, guys. And the short is awesome.
Okay, well.
The short was like 7 minutes, and it was amazing.
Also,
the
P.S.
movie.
No zombie movies during dinner time. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh.
No, it's
What were you saying?
fine. No, I was just saying that this movie is not very good.
Yeah.
There are a lot of good movies like it on Netflix, like The Road.
I still don't understand even. I'm like, so who was what? How did this happen? But I guess maybe that's in the last 20 minutes that I missed.
No, it's
Anyway.
Well, what do you mean, like?
Like, how did we all become into this zombie apocalypse land?
Oh no, they never get into.
They
that.
never get. Okay,
It's
so
just-
then it's definitely don't watch this movie.
Well, they keep flashing back and forward of like where he is versus where they were. Like, but the zombie apocalypse just kind of happened, and we're years past that in this movie.
Anyway.
Which I don't know. Some people really like origin zombie movies. Like, we're so far into zombie movies now that it's beyond
like
just,
a subcategory.
Oh, word no.
It's beyond just zombie movies. You could have a zombie comedy. You could have a zombie romance. You could have
Yeah, that's true.
like a zombie origin. Like Dawn of the Dead is a zombie origin. Like the outbreak happens where there are other of the Deads or other zombie movies where the zombies just happened and we're dealing with something years later. The zombie franchise or the zombie trope, very big.
Well, you know what? You guys can share all your thoughts about zombies and zombies. I'm trying
Zombies.
to...
Oh my God, yes.
Right?
Make it
Zombabies.
happen.
Whatever.
If it hasn't happened already, zombies.
But also, if you're listening to us, first of all, thank you. If you're not...
Thank you.
Well, if you're watching us, you're also listening to us, that's interesting. But make sure that you guys go over to our iTunes. I wanted to give a few little shout outs to people that have commented on our YouTube video from last week. So Shannon Lashley, thank you so much for your comment. Zach111, thank you so much. And Flon, FLON 57, thank you so much. And we have a very special person that did comment on our iTunes,
iTunes.
our podcast, Steve 56437.
56437. Thank
of
you,
course,
Steve.
like, make sure that you guys, show us some love on iTunes as well as YouTube. Leave us some comments. We will shout you out, just like I just did right now.
Y'all want that shout out?
Exactly, and give us 5 stars. Anything less than 5 is just kind of like,
It doesn't work.
why?
Yeah, I mean,
Why would you do it?
It's actually
we know that you love us.
It's actually a pass-fail system.
Yes, exactly. So make sure you guys do that. And now we're going to quickly talk about some hidden gems that you guys both have.
Yes.
Take it away, Steve Kaufmann.
All right. My hidden gem is I typed in Black Panther on Netflix.
Oh my gosh.
And Black Panther's not on Netflix yet. It will be, I believe.
Yeah,
Don't quote
soon,
me as a source.
hopefully.
But the same actor who plays Black Panther became known before that as playing Jackie Robinson, the very famous baseball player. And
Chadwick Boseman.
yes, I was. Oh wait,
It's okay.
no, I think I might have those people
No, you're
confused
right.
then. Okay, then never
You're right.
mind. Chadwick Boseman was Jackie Robinson in a film called 42, and it's about specifically Jackie Robinson's first season, let's say, with the farm league in Louisiana. I'm pretty sure it was a farm league in Louisiana, all the way up to Brooklyn for the Brooklyn Dodgers. It's Harrison Ford. Trigger warning: there's a lot of period appropriate N words that are like
Okay.
period appropriate, necessarily horrible N words.
Okay.
But they're necessary for the movie. But this movie is very, very well done. And it was one of those things that I didn't get to see in theaters, and I just kind of caught it on Netflix now.
Yeah, actually, I didn't see that in theaters either. That's a good rec too.
Also,
I've been wanting to see that.
speaking as a Philadelphia Phillies fan, the Phillies in his first season were not shown in the best light, and they weren't shown in the best light in this movie. And that happened, and I can own that happened. The Fanatic was racist, y'all.
Oh wow.
Kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. The Fanatic is fine. It was a manager. It's in the movie.
In the movie.
Yes.
So what about a certain? Is this a movie? The one that you're gonna share?
Mine is not a movie.
Okay, cool.
It's not. It's a comedy. So there's a little story, quick story behind mine. I'm working with some people in animation now, and this great title came up, Lady Dynamite. Make sure you check out Lady Dynamite. I'm like, Lady Dynamite, who's that? And they're like, Maria Bamford. And I'm like, Maria Bamford, who's that? And then so I did some research, and then there's 2 seasons of this show on Netflix called Lady Dynamite, which stars Maria Bamford, who, get this is like an inspirational story for all of us who've ever wanted to do anything. I don't care if it's in the industry or not, but she is now in her 40s. She was working as the receptionist at Nickelodeon, okay? The receptionist at Nickelodeon, and someone saw her. She was so funny, and they were like, you are not a receptionist. You need to be doing comedy. And that woman did it, and she now has her own show, and for that reason, that is why I watched this show. Not only did she have these really humble beginnings, but she also suffers from bipolar. And she had a mental breakdown, survived the mental breakdown, came out stronger for it, and has 2 seasons of a comedy special on Netflix. Like, this is a story that we should all be following and, like, bless up for this girl. So, and on top of that, it's like layers on layers on layers. On top of that, Lady Dynamite has like mega cameos, like comedian cameos.
Oh, yeah.
So we got the first episode, you'll see Patton Oswalt and oh God, all of them. Leslie from SNL.
Leslie Knope.
No.
Man. No. Oh yeah, Leslie.
Leslie from SNL. We'll call her Leslie from SNL.
Okay.
I can't
We're
remember her
home
darn
skillets
last
with
name,
her.
and I'm
It's
so
cool.
sorry. If you can help me out in the comments, please do. Anyway, if you're a comedy lover, definitely get on this because there's great comedians in it, but also just like what a killer story. Are you guys kidding me? What an amazing story.
That sounds
From
amazing.
super humble receptionist beginnings at like 35, it took her until she finally got to or maybe even later than that. She might have even been older than that, but she's definitely into her 40s and plays into her comedy too. Like she like is like, I'm an old lady, I had a mental breakdown, and here I am. It's not self-deprecating. She's very like exploring her mental illness through the show and bringing like very much normalizing
Awareness, too.
mental illness. So it's really great across the board. I can't recommend it enough.
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones,
Yes.
thank you for that.
One of those things where you're like, dang it, I knew that. So yes, now we're gonna quickly talk about Netflix news that we of course promised that we would talk about. So here we go.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, Dear White People has been renewed for season 3. Yay!
Yeah.
Right? That's exciting.
Very cool.
Next, Stephen S. D. Knight. He now has an overall deal with Netflix. Now he's worked on Daredevil,
Yes.
which we've talked about already. But also he was a writer on Buffy, the
Buffy.
Vampire
Okay.
Slayer.
Buffy.
Yes.
Awesome.
I love how I'm just talking about this in like nerdy terms. Like, okay, Buffy and Daredevil, but if
They're
you haven't
also
seen Buffy, you should as well.
Hugely like huge big names that everybody knows and recognizes and loves.
Well, and another huge name that we have, Felicity Huffman is joining Angela Bassett and Patricia Arquette, and it's called Otherhood. And so it's a rom-com that's
Yeah.
coming to Netflix.
Those are some heavy hitters. I wonder
Exactly.
if she's starring in it, or just helping to produce it. Because that's an older age bracket. So I would love to see if those are going to be the stars
Exactly.
or if they're just producing it. But either way,
She's not producing it.
I feel like no. I think that's the movie that it's
it's about an
like
older.
Otherhood would probably imply something to the effect of women of an age where they're unmarried. and
Careful.
Women.
Yeah, you got 2
Careful.
ladies on this panel.
Women over the age of what society would expect of them to have children who don't have children. I'm guessing that
That's
purely
cool.
on what otherhood would mean. That like maybe
otherhood.
maybe
I get
women
it.
like maybe it's 3 single women who are over 40 and then not. I'm guessing at
I
everyone's
think they can
age.
safely play over 40.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that would be that's the play, that they all don't have kids or they're divorced or some variation there. Like, what's their life like?
All right,
I
good.
mean,
that's
I'm
a
in.
good, yeah. That's
Yeah.
a good
That's a good complete guess.
theory.
Yes,
No.
Steve guesses at a lot.
We are not guessing when we tell you that Ozark season 2
Dun, dun,
is
dun.
premiering on August 31st. So
Mark your
That's-
calendars.
there you go.
I love that show, by the way.
And then, yeah.
Yes,
That's
like
good.
on the level of Breaking Bad for me.
Oh, dang.
You're not alone in that thought.
What about The Crown? The Crown has now found its Princess Anne. Erin Doherty.
Oh, yes. Love her.
She's from Call the Midwife. She'll be playing the daughter of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip.
Awesome. Do you
So,
know her from
there's
Call
that.
the Midwife? How did you say awesome? Love her.
No, I was saying about Emily Daugherty in
So you just...
in The Crown, not about Call the Midwife.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a fan
I'm
of
like,
Call
I
the
can't
Midwife.
see you watching Call the Midwife.
The Crown. I watched The Crown. I love The
okay,
Crown.
but fair enough. Fair.
So those are the news for you guys. We just kind of hit those hard and quick.
Beautiful. What
So-
did we say? Hit it and
No, we
Quit
we
it.
hit it hard.
Quit it.
Well, we
Talk
hit
about
it
it later.
hard and quick.
And now we're going to quickly talk about the top 5 releases coming out this week. One, we've been talking about for a while, Glow Season 2.
That's already here.
That's
oh
gonna
my
be this
God.
week, yeah.
Wow.
It's the
that's big.
29th. It's super exciting. We
big.
will have an after show for that, and it starts on the 1st of July, which is a week from today, Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sunday. Next, we've got The Last Jedi. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's coming out.
That's
and
big.
then Kiss Me First, it's a TV series. It's about I'm gonna read you what it says. It's a lonely video game addict to the online I got this. It's okay. I can read. A lonely video game addict to the online world of Azana meets a confident party girl with a dark secret. Honestly, the names that are associated with it aren't too big. I did a little research, but it looks good. So it's
that
46
gives me
minutes.
hope when there's no big names.
Yeah, and 6 episodes. It's a drama mystery thriller. So there's that. Kiss Me First. Next, we got Recovery Boys. This one, there's not that much information about it on IMDb, but it's about these 4 guys, and they're trying to reinvent their lives, trying to re-enter society sober after years of drug abuse.
Oh, wow,
So this actually comes from Elaine McMillan Sheldon, who did Heroin, which was nominated for an Oscar. So
Fabulous.
Okay.
Some heavy hitters
Oscar-worthy
there.
things,
Yeah. Nice.
And then lastly, we got Tao, which if you haven't heard about it, you will now. Because it's a sci-fi thriller, it's rated R. Woman is held captive in a futuristic smart house and hopes to escape by breaking into the computer programs that control the house. Now, Ed Skrein is in it. He was Ajax in I know this, Deadpool. There we go.
Okay.
And most importantly, Gary Oldman is
Okay.
in it. So woohoo!
Great. Gotcha.
So those are your news, your picks, and everything in record time. And now we just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you guys could just share where everyone can find you on social media.
Yeah, definitely. I'll start it off. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you want to find me on the internet, do that at Ashley on Camera. Anywhere on the internet, talk to me about what you're eating and what you're watching on Netflix, and do it online at Ashley on Camera and talk to me there.
I'm Steve Kaufmann. You can find me on Twitter almost exclusively at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann. I run 4 different YouTube pages for very famous, if we're talking about Glow pro wrestling personalities. If you want to find out which 4, you got to find me on Twitter.
Oh,
dun,
nice.
dun.
And I'm another one of your hosts, Amy Cassandra Martinez, and you guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. And thank you guys so much for joining us. I know we got through a lot of stuff.
We did
We
the thing.
did the damn thing.
But now you can watch us in like 30 minutes and get all of the information you need from Netflix. So we'll see you guys next week, which is officially the first day of July. So here we go.
Thanks for watching,
Bye.
everybody. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.